trust my own mind. You would take a shot and you took her to Chrome Palace. It only took me one car, got a dope man. Just hit this hoe, her boyfriend put me for a show. I'm rocking white and gold, it look like I got my ties. Water coming in and out, it never was a drop. For the opposition, he that stripped the net. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, finish showing how to get it. First we make 100 moving whipping chickens. Then you stayed out, stack your racks, so never spin me. For Giotto's panorama, spoon spinning. Extra green up in my pocket.
The long-awaited speedrun build has finally arrived. After 76 Moon's Eyes, 21 Sinner's Ashes, 92 Idols of Yunch, this build is actually pretty easy to progress. I progged it first try, only needing 3 extra knowledge because I was really unlucky with launcher hands, and there aren't many talents you need pre-trying. I'm not going to yap more than I need to. You already know this build has a chaser, no major glitches world record, and like any other Gale build, it shreds Furry Man, does massive damage against Permadog, and I even one-cycled Etheron with level 1 mantras while progging this build. However, you should know that using this build effectively does require a lot of skill. Not getting hit to keep perfect flash active, learning how to use the mobility correctly, and the timing for using mantras are all important things you should know and practice, all of which will be covered in this video. Without further ado, let's get into the build, why I chose certain talents, and the stat order for progging the build. So here's the build. It's also linked in the description, but first let's take a look at the starting screen. The only race that this build doesn't work on is Vesperian. For it to work, you will have to lose Condition Runner. All versions of this build are linked to my Discord as well as the PvE Hub Discord. Other than that, any race works. For starting attunement, you're going to go with Thundercall and Flame Charm. The 5 or 6 in each one doesn't really matter. For core attributes, subtract your starting points from everything. It gives you free points to spend while resting at a campfire or locker, which is way more useful later on. For boons, I go Pack Mule for carry load and Autodidact because it makes progging easier, but it isn't needed. The best would be Pack Mule and Steadfast for taking less armor damage, however this isn't needed as well. If you are having trouble getting cards, which you shouldn't on this build, go Scrapper for extra burns and freezes. For flaws, just go simple. Always. It really doesn't do anything, especially if you go Valve Thorns. For spawn location, go Castle Light. You need to buy basically every single training equipment, including the attunement ones. Make sure your starting knowledge echo upgrade is maxed. For modifiers, go Valve Thorns, Hollow, and Deep Champion. Chain of Perfection is essential on this build. Now, on to the build maker. First, we train intelligence. You can do this by spamming math textbook off of spawn, and you'll train it until you get 30 intelligence. Intelligence has several talents that are essential for the build, so try and get the rare cards first. If you see none of the talents you need, make sure to take or burn a rare card, because they will show up instead of the rare cards you actually need, like Perfect Flash and Eureka. Perfect Flash gives you 25% more damage on mantras when above 95% HP, an amazing talent for bosses that allows you to one-cycle. Eureka gives you ether back on perfect casts. Perfect casts are done by pressing left mouse button, or M1, at the same time that you cast your mantra. Doing this 3 times will give you a 10% damage buff. This is from the talent Ether Conduit. You don't need to do this, but it's just nice to have the extra damage. Next, you're going to want to go 40 agility. At this point, you'll be able to roll a few mantras, so grab something to train Flame Charm with, make sure you grab Dash, and something to train Thundercall with. With 40 agility and talents, we'll be able to grab talents like Ghost, which require Swift Rebound, Evasive Expert, Risky Moves, and then finally Ghost, as well as a few other talents like In a Hurry that allows you to grip Chaser a little bit faster, and Boulder Climb, which will help you just climb walls higher. There's also a few other talents that are not completely necessary, like Kickoff, Time to Go, Speed Demon, and a few others, and they're not necessary because you can get them post-shrine as well, but if you see none of these talents that you actually need, you might as well just grab them. Next, we go 30 into Flame Charm. For mantras, this will let us get Flame Leap. For the G Leap tech, which is basically just a way faster wave dash that goes like 3 times as fast. as well as Flaming Flourish, which isn't completely necessary, but it's kind of just nice to have. Next, we're going to go into 50 Thunder Call for Spark Swap and Discovery of Fire, which will allow you to set Chaser on fire instantly while using other mantras, so it's the best way to light Chaser on fire. We light Chaser on fire because if he's on fire and at 0 HP, he becomes grippable. It's how I can use Reaper Bell, or you can just grip him normally. You should probably know that you won't get Spark Swap at this point, and that when you do roll for a 3-star mantra, I almost always get Rising Thunder, Emotion Wave, Lightning Cloak. I never get the actual mantra that I need, so make sure you either pick one of these or burn them, so then on your next roll you can get Spark Swap. Next we'll go 40 Willpower, and this will allow us to take Giant Slayer. I save my power up here so I can heal during my Vow of Thorns trial, but you can just go with 15 Strength, and at this point is when you'll need to escape depths. You'll escape depths, go fight Kaido, get Ardor, so you can eventually get Ardor Scream. And while on the surface, you'll be getting 1 point into Frostra, 1 point into Gale, and when you turn back to the depths, 1 point to Shadow. Do not put any points in Charisma, as we don't want Charisma to shrine up, we want it to stay at 2. If you put 3 into Charisma or whatever, 1 higher than your base stat, you'll shrine it up and it'll ruin the build. You can also do the Celsius quest for an extra mantra hand in case you don't get Flame Leap, Spark Swap, or Dash. Remember to constantly use the Mystic. Other than that, once you've gotten all your attunements, have gotten Ardor from Kaido, you can head back to the depths, Shrine of Chance to roll for Ardor Scream, or Shrine of Temptation in case you're missing a mantra. Put 1 point into Fortitude and then try to Mortar. It should shrine you down to 20 points, if not then you mess up the build. Pre-shrine is the only thing that really matters. Post-shrine you can do whatever you want. If you miss talents, just do a floor 2, get a bunch of knowledge, and re-roll for talents if you need. If you can't do floor 2, then request a carry from PVE Hub. The Discord link is in the description. You might find me there to carry you. However, I find it easiest just to go 25 Agility, 5 Charisma for Cap Artists, which allows you to ragdoll yourself, 25 Fortitude, so you can get Conditioned Runner, then just going 75 Gale, 75 Shadow for Shadow Hero Blade, uncap a Chaser or some boss, and go up to 84 Gale. For mantras, you can get rid of these now. With Chains of Perfection, you're able to one-cycle Chaser with just Tornado and Astral Wind, but Gale Punch is great damage as well, especially if you want to run floor 2. This is what your final mantra order should look like. Again, Tornado, Gale Punch, Astral Wind for damage, as well as cancelling fall damage with Astral Wind. Gale Trap is just free damage, helps to build chain stacks. Gale Lunge plus Glacial Arc to fly. Flame Leap plus Glacial Arc to do the G Leap. And Wind Passage also cancels fall damage. And Dash for just getting around quicker. These are the mantras you want to use. Go to the surface, level them up. And now we can discuss how to actually use the build. To explain the tech, I'll just show you my world record run and commentate over it. First, we have the Glacial Arc Gale Lunge. We use this several times in the run to gain height. Then we use Shadow Hero Blade crit while in the air to get some distance. We also have mantras like Wind Passage and Dash to make us go farther as well. You should know that Tehran Pendant does not prevent you from losing chain stacks, so be careful of that for when we get chain stacks later. We can actually improve this by instead doing a G Leap from here to the spot where we Glacial Arc up to the Bonekeeper Bridge. When we Glacial Arc here, we will Shadow Hero Blade crit again to stop going upwards. Try to land on top of the Citadel ledge where we will Spark Swap Bonekeeper to send him into the void and instantly kill him. Then go up to Generator by using Wind Passage while climbing to clip through the wall. Here my route again is slow. We can use a G Leap instead as seen in this clip. However, this goes past the Diver Husk that I use for chain stacks. You could probably come up with an improved route. Now I go down to the Diver Husk to farm chain stacks. I discovered that you could farm chain on the Diver Husk even if it's knocked, instead of the normal strategy that everyone else did, where they wasted 20 seconds going to a Bonekeeper near Chaser. You can use mantras like Tornado and Gale Trap while swinging to build chain stacks quicker. The max is 25, and multi-hit mantras build a max of 3 per. You don't need all 25 for the one cycle. I haven't tested the minimum, but you should be fine with something like 15, or even less. Then you want to go forward under the Bounder, Glacial Arc, Gale Lunge, and run towards Bounder Skip. You can definitely improve this route, and I have many ideas that I'll share in my Discord server. Just make sure you are cancelling fall damage to not lose chain stacks. At Bounder Skip, Slide, Jump, Climb, Wind Step, it is possible with 25 agility and no wind step as long as you have kickoff and boulder climb. Then, face Oasis building, Spark Swap, Glacial Gale Lunge up into the sky, and use your mobility to get the Chaser. For the starter Chaser, inhale Tornado by using the mantra and then feinting it with right click. This will buff your damage. And then perfect cast Tornado with M1 plus Tornado at the same time. Then talk to Chaser and hold block. You could also get a Gale Punch in with good timing. Run around and break the jars. Use your mobility, but do not get hit. It will ruin the one cycle as you won't have perfect flash anymore. You can one cycle without Ardor Scream, but you can definitely improve my run by farming less chain and using Ardor Scream. For the actual cycle, inhale Tornado and perfect cast it. Then let it hit Chaser until right before it automatically moves. You can figure out the timing for this just by testing how long Tornado lasts before it automatically moves. Do not use any other mantras until right before it automatically moves. During Tornado, use Discovery of Fire and then Astral Wind. If he isn't dead, then Gale Punch. This will make Chaser grippable. I instead used Flame Repulsion in my run because I didn't know about the Discovery of Fire type. From here, you can either normally grip him or Reaper. And there you have it, Lightspeed, the ultimate PvE/speedrun build. This build is amazing for farming floor 2 as well, and I use it for carrying people in PvE Hub all the time. My next video will either be a floor 2 guide with this build or a crazy event idea I have planned where I'll be giving away a Bloodforge crown. Join my Discord for more information. I know a lot of you probably don't have a Shadow Hero Blade, so I'm giving away 25 of them for people that prog the build. This is also my Discord server. I'm also giving away many legendaries to comments on this video for an entire week after it's uploaded. This includes a Pyre Keeper, a Deep Spindle, and the only requirement is that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the video, where I'll reply to you and let you know that you've won. Again, the build is linked in the PvE Hub Discord server, my own community Discord, as well as the Deepwoken Speedrun Discord, all of which will be linked in the description. If you have any questions, just ping me in my Discord and I'll try to respond to you. I'll give free floor 2 carries to a few people progging the build. Thanks for watching, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment for the algorithm.